Hi, I'm Anthony Moscarelli. I'm from Suisun City, California. I have 3 pipelines located approximately 20 yards to 30 yards following my backyard of my house. They are two high-pressure gas lines and operated by PG&E, and they're also a jet fuel line. I first came here in 2008 to speak about the military line, the jet fuel line, but I went ahead also and applied for a TAG grant, technical assistance grant, and received one to do a study on all the pipelines. And what we did is we did an unbiased report, and it's ongoing because it takes time to get information. You see pictures here of the area coming through. Now there's a 16-inch and a 32-inch high-pressure gas line. You can see the picture of where they put in gas valves, new gas valves in 2009, took the old ones out here, and that's PG&E. I got pictures of the new gas valves. I got pictures of the old gas valves. And PG&E promised to take and help me with this study. Bob Howard, who was the vice president then of gas transportation of PG&E, signed an attorney to me. What happened was started going really great. My study was only 3.5 miles of pipeline. It actually is about 0.09% of all the pre-1970 pipeline in California. But we started having problems. I put in for information from the PUC. I just want to know how they handled taking in the information that's required by FINSMA. I asked them if they couldn't help me get these records, they could help me do it. They didn't. They sent me a national security thing saying that PG&E has said they don't want to give the information out for national security reasons. Now, PG&E has told me from the attorney that that never happened. But then their attorney says, yes, it did happen. So using the national security reasons, I couldn't get any information. But I found out later that there's a state code. State code says all I need to do if I get refused is go in front of the commission. And they can, in public, refuse me, and for whatever reason. But what happens is that it doesn't work that way. It seems to be a bureaucratic gridlock. They don't seem to know what the other one's doing because each department seems to be withholding information or just keeping it within themselves. If I have from top management an attorney that's supposed to get information from all these different departments, and I keep on getting information, I'll get back to you, there's a problem. So what's happened is that the attorney did not know about the hydro testing. 30 days after we smart pigged it, he had no idea. I called him up and said, I got a letter, they're going to smart pig this. Really? I'll get back to you. This is what I got a lot of information about. Things started happening, and I kept on waiting for calls. And they didn't come. He didn't know what was going on. And finally, last second, it's going to happen. So what happened is that they suspended one of the tests that I was watching, and I went home because it is 8 hours. You have to sit and wait for the test. 6 days later, I get contacted by the attorney and said, well, we suspended this test, and we fixed a leaky valve. In other words, it failed the test. Finally, I got the answer of which one it was. This is a picture that I took in 2009. This is a piggable valve. There's 2 of them. There's a 16-inch and a 32-inch valve. Now, these were put in 2009. They should have been hydro tested, which they have the manifolds going out, which they hydro test before because they're new valves. They're going to be tied in. Well, how could they leak if they were hydro tested? The issue is that They were hydro testing at 67% of MAOP, a maximum allowable operating pressure. That's what the California Public Utilities Commission had put into it. They allowed them to go down to that amount. And then the last thing is, it's the same thing in the bureaucratic, gridlock. The California Public Utilities Commission, they could have told me any time which direction to go, besides telling me the national security reasons. And it wasn't the right direction.